Hey everybody, Stacy and Barry here, and we are talking about something that I think is pretty interesting. We're talking about mazes and labyrinths, and maybe you know what a maze is. You may have done one at home. A lot of times, if you get your kids' menu at a restaurant, there's a maze in there. I actually have one right here that I could show you, right? Kind of a basic maze. It has an in, it has an out, and it has all of these different twists and turns. You have to go right, you have to go left, you have to decide what you're going to do, you hit a dead end, you have to back up. So a maze is meant to be just like that. You have to make a lot of choices, you have to figure it out. It's kind of meant to be tricky and confusing. It's a puzzle. It's a puzzle you have to solve. Now, a labyrinth looks a lot like a maze, but it's actually quite different. So there's a labyrinth here behind me. You can see it there. And then I have one right here, right, the labyrinth. So a labyrinth has one way in and one way out, and it has something that is a center for it. And it's usually circles or arcs or curves or spirals. The thing about a labyrinth, like that maze where you had to concentrate and try and figure it out, in a labyrinth, because it has one path, one way in, it will take you to the center every time. You take that same path back out. You don't have to think. It will always take you exactly where you need to go. So Barry, do you have thoughts about the difference between a maze and a labyrinth?
Well, I think in a labyrinth, one of the things you can do is relax. I mean, if you picture yourself in a maze, you're always trying to figure out, where do I go? And, you know, I hit the wrong spot, so now I got to turn around and go back. You know, like they have corn mazes and stuff like that in the fall, and you're trying to figure your way through it. In a labyrinth, you can relax. Once you start on this path, like the one that's behind you, once you walk into the labyrinth and start moving, you can just relax and let your mind go and think about things and let things in. And so you don't have to worry about making a wrong turn, because there aren't any wrong turns. And I think that helps our mind relax. And labyrinths have been around for a long, long time.
That's true. Over 4,000 years, actually. And they found them all over the place, right? It's not like they just started in one place. They found labyrinths all over. Yeah, there's wrong turns in a maze. There's no wrong turns in a labyrinth, which I love. So I'm going to teach you exactly how to do a labyrinth. Okay, are you ready? It is very easy.
I'm ready.
All you have to do is start, right? You start on the path and you stay on the path. If you do those two things, you will always go exactly where you need to in the labyrinth, and it will always take you right back out. But as easy as the how is, I'm more curious, like why? Why would people want to do a labyrinth?
Well, I think it's kind of an ancient form of spiritual practice. Like we talk in our spiritual practice, like we do affirmations, we do affirmative prayer. And another thing that labyrinth is like that. It's like a form of meditation. So a labyrinth is a walking meditation. So once you start in, you know that you're going to find your way to the center, and it will take you a ways around it, and you'll make all these different turns, and eventually you'll be in the center. And when you get to the center, you can ask questions, and you can find a gift there in the center spiritually, and it connects you with your center as well as the center of the labyrinth. And then when you have been in there for a while and you've asked your questions and you feel like you've gotten your answers, then you walk back out and you can relax and just think about the experience that you're having. And I think that these reason labyrinths have been around for so long is they help people relax, and they help people talk to spirit in a way that makes them feel connected with their center.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. Relax, calm, focus, those are all words that people associate with the labyrinth. And being able to, when you're relaxed and calm and focused, you can kind of hear things in a different way, especially when you're in the center of a labyrinth. So I think that's kind of like spirit. In a labyrinth, you can trust the path. The path will always take you where you need to go. And that's like spirit. You can trust spirit. Spirit will always take you where you need to go. Another cool thing for me, labyrinths always have a center, right? That place that you go into the center and you can hear things. Sometimes you can hear spirit. and then you come back out. So a center in a labyrinth, and that's kind of like when we say jump to center, right? Which means go inside your heart, go inside your mind, and find that quiet place where you can feel calm and you can listen. So center for you, center for a labyrinth, and I think they're kind of the same thing, actually. All right, so I think you probably want to try a labyrinth at this point, and you have so many different options. You can go online, and there are all kinds of finger labyrinths that you can print out. So you print it out, and I would challenge you to do it, you know, with both your right hand and your left hand, and see if it feels different when you're tracing your labyrinth. Another thing you can do online is you can take a virtual labyrinth. I found one where you kind of followed a butterfly through a labyrinth, which was kind of interesting. You can also learn to draw a labyrinth. It sounds like it should be super complicated, but it's actually way easier than I thought it would be. So you could learn to draw your own labyrinth. Or if you have a space, you could go outside and you could actually create your own labyrinth. Now, some people have space and they could do this with rocks, but you could even do it with chalk on your driveway or out on the street if your street is safe. And I even saw one person who used pieces of paper and they laid out their labyrinth in their basement. So you might even be able to create your own labyrinth to walk. And beyond that, you can go online and just say, hey, is there a labyrinth near me? And I bet there is one that you could go walk. I know I have one near me, and I bet there might be one near you. All right, so we are going to end today with an affirmation. All right, our affirmation today is the way is clear. The way is clear. And I know that my friend Barry has actually gotten some inspiration for songs when he's been in the labyrinth. That's one of the ways Spirit talks to him when he walks in the labyrinth. And he actually has a little bit of a song for us to end with today.
I will find my way through the world today. I see the road stretched out before me. I will use my heart to pull me as I make my start. Somehow I know this road will lead me home. There will be turns along the way, and things that I didn't see coming, and my soul will be tested, this I know. But I will trust this road that leads me to the center of my soul. Brings me back to where I need to go. It will bring me back to where I need to go. I will find my way through the world today. I see the road stretched out before me.
I love it. Thanks so much, Barry.
You're welcome.
All right, we're sending you all love. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.